What are some things science still can't explain? The consciousness minimum. Self-awareness ceases. There are people with disconnected hemispheres who function, people with lobotomies who function, people with massive surgically extracted portions of gray matter who function. If we kept sanding it down to the most necessary bits for just that rudimentary awareness, how small would that pile be? Just how pigeons can find their way home. Scientists have tested to see if it is visual, scent-guided, magnetic ... Yet the pigeons find their way home while being blindfolded and more. They are remarkable birds and apparently even a little bit mysterious. We have many theories of how the universe came into existence, but without a complete theory of gravity is all open. Also, the moving sofa problem. What's the biggest possible sofa you could move around a corner? There's a lot more medicine that we don't know the exact mechanism of action, but we still give it to people because it gives the desired effects. Don't know precisely how some modern medication works? Please do not reject them, especially in place of homeopathic stuff, without first consulting your primary care physician for your health issues. Add into research and development so that we can, to the best of our knowledge, know how to administer them effectively and safely, since we have, for the most part, educated predictions on side effects. In summary, point 1, vaccinate your kids. It saves lives. 2. Do not reject modern medication and medicine, especially in place of homeopathic stuff. Consult your PCP if you have questions, not just Dr. Google and FB garbage reposts. Monarch butterfly migration. It ranks as one of the longest migrations among all animals, from northern US and southern Canada, converging to a pinpoint spot in the Mexican mountains thousands of miles away. She will give rise to 3 generations on the way north. Each generation dies after mating, and it is the 3rd generation that will travel south in the fall to make it in time to winter over in Mexico. It is not known how they know how to travel thousands of miles south to that very specific place high in the Mexican mountains. How was this information transferred from grandparent to parent to offspring? Why we have to sleep? I know the general we can die from lack of sleep, and also go completely insane. It's interesting to think that all of our science and technology advancements have basically summed it up to because we get tired. And if we don't do it, we can die. Crazy, considering we spend 1/3 of our lives doing it. Earth was nothing, and then became something, or if it's in an infinite loop, meaning it has happened an infinite amount of times and will create and destroy itself for another infinite amount of times. Honey coals. When you slowly pour honey down from a particular height, it cools in a random way. However, when it is closer or further, there are formulas that can derive how it cools. Video that explains it here. Edit. My karma just quintupled overnight. Thanks guys, hope you learned something new. Where everything can trace a lot of things back. But we get to this big bang point, and no real solid evidence of what caused it to go off. There was nothing, and then there was something. Current cosmology theory says the universe started from a 0 volume, infinite density point, the Big Bang, and spread outwards from. Assume that's true. Where did all the matter come from? And how was it compressed into a 0 volume point? How anesthesia works, we still don't fully understand how it works, yet trust it enough to use it to help in surgery. When I yawn, someone reads it. Next thing you know, almost everyone else in this thread will. Wow, this blew up more than I thought it would. Woke up this morning to read and yawned at all your responses. Science can't really explain why animals need to sleep. The best 10 least controversial explanation for it is because we get sleepy. How the first living cell came to be. All cells come from other cells, and all organisms have evolved from single-cell organisms. But what about the first single-cell organism? What exactly dark matter is? What the fuck dark energy is? How life itself came about, though there are some interesting hypotheses. Consciousness. We still have no idea how it works or why. We have guesses and everyone believes something, but no one knows for sure. Then turn off the lights. It still glows, right? Scientists know how that works. What they don't understand is that if you then shine a red laser at the already glowing material, the glow goes away. Here's someone demonstrating it on YouTube. Touch. The most powerful sense we have is the least understood. We research sight to help cure blindness, hearing, etc. But you literally can't function as a healthy adult if you're not touched and cuddled as a child. We know almost nothing about it, and it literally affects everything. I can feed a baby, clothe a baby, keep them safe, and provide everything scientifically I know they need. but without holding them they physically will have retarded growth. Their brain will develop with damage. The amazing part? You can undo a lot of that damage if you catch it early by cuddling. You can grow up a healthy, functional person without any sight, taste, smell, or hearing. It's impossible though to grow up functional and healthy without embarrassing grammar spelling. The origin of life on our planet. A lot of people who don't believe in evolution point out that it can't explain where life came from, but that's not the point of the theory of evolution. The beginning of life, the first organism, is an entirely different years ago. When I was in college, I read a brief article about scientists conducting experiments on this subject. They simulated the conditions of Earth around the time of the first signs of life and added electricity to something I cannot remember, and ended up with something amazingly like a cell membrane. Hence, this experiment came along and showed that it may be possible to get all the primary bits, or stuff that makes up those bits needed for cellular life, from a handful of chemicals and UV light. I expect this will be crossed off the list of unexplained phenomena in the next few decades. The Taos hum, it's been thoroughly studied, but no one can tell what's causing it, or where it originates from. Was Leo in a dream, or was it reality? Yeah, I know the ring thing, but we need a definite answer, damn it. The argument goes something like this: I refuse to prove that I exist, says God, for proof denies faith. And without faith, I am nothing. But, says man, the babel fish is a dead giveaway, isn't it? It could not have evolved by chance. It proves you exist, and, by your own arguments, you don't, QED. Oh dear, says God. I hadn't thought of that, and vanishes in a puff of logic.